Morning and welcome to Tarot Readings and Crystal Healings. It's Oliver again. Today what we are going to be looking at is we're going to be looking at the same sort of topic, still about the coronavirus and everything, but today what we are going to be asking, which a lot of people have probably been asking themselves, is China being truthful? Okay? Now, there's lots of speculation about China, obviously maybe covering up numbers, maybe where the virus even came from to start with. Did it come from a lab? Did it actually come from the market? Did it just spawn from the animals themselves and come through the market, or was it a weapon that was being produced? I think it was probably a weapon, but it was probably being looked at as something. Okay, let's have a look. There's a lot of speculation going around in the papers at the moment about things like this, so let's have a look to see what comes up. Instantly looking at the card, don't even need to be able to read cards, to be honest with you. That one, you can see there is some sneaky behaviour going on there. Let's have a little look to see what's going on there. It's showing in the past, obviously embarrassment, shame, okay? So something along with the Chinese government, they felt embarrassed, ashamed, so they've kept things singly to themselves, okay? Looks like they were working on some form of new project, okay? See, that new project, by the looks of it, they were having great success with, okay? But things were happening quite quickly, saying, 8 of Wands, okay? So things were speeding up at the time, it was going well, good communication throughout the departments, things were going on track, it's showing there. It was a brand new opportunity, but they were keeping it quiet, keeping it very low key, making sure no one else was sneaking around trying to find out what they were up to. They'd obviously found what they were looking for at the time because the bond was set. Then it all became unstable. Now what we will do is we will carry on with this read, we will just expand on the cards quickly. Okay, Five of Swords was showing that China wanted to win at all costs. The Chinese government, they didn't care what it took here. They didn't really want to be seen as the people that kind of caused this issue. Ten of Swords, one of the nastiest cards in the lot. This is saying backstabbing, so we have actually been backstabbed by them, okay? And the last card that we can pull from there, greed, okay? So China didn't really want to shut anything down or anything along those lines by the looks of things to start with, because they were too busy trying to cover up this problem, okay? Trying to cover it up, trying to make money out of it and do whatever else that they were trying to do with it, but they were clinging on and hiding this, acting sneaky, okay? So, probably the next question really would be is, what were they planning on doing with this? Let's have a look. It was definitely for their own game to start with. What were they planning on doing with this? Let's have a look. Okay, so it looks like in the past they've already found something similar to it. Now, if we look through scientific history, in reality, they had, because there was already SARS around, which is fairly similar, considering that COVID-19 is now called, what is it, SARS-CoV-2, okay? The next card here, this is where they didn't cling on to it too tight and it managed to release itself. Fantastic. Again, trying to be sneaky, trying to cover things up. They weren't going to stab anyone actually in the back with it, which means they weren't going to use this as a biological weapon, okay? They saw this here, that the connection with it wasn't going to be for humankind, but it was something that I think has been discovered in a lab by the looks of things, okay? Queen of Cups, they were going to use it to try and find cures for things along these lines, which was probably researching behind COVID-19 itself, or other coronaviruses, which have been around since 1937, and longer really, okay? and it wasn't really going to be used as a weapon of war, which it's shown before. So their main intention wasn't actually to harm anyone or anything along those lines, but it looks like they've been clumsy with their experiments and stuff, and it has got released. Now, whether those first signs came from the market or not, the market and the lab are only 2 miles apart. So the lab could have quite easily infected the market, and it had gone off from there a little bit more. Okay, so looking at that, how will the world come back round from this, and will China actually be trusted? I mean, I don't know about anyone else, but do we trust the figures that they're sending out at the moment? I'm not sure I believe them, if I'm honest with you. Not sure what I believe. Right, let's have a look. So what will be the outcome for China after all of this? A very interesting card has come straight up, Justice. So they're not going to get away with what's happened. Obviously there will be some form of sanctioning and things which will need to be being put into place to kind of secure this from happening ever again. Okay? You're saying in the past, the amount of outbreaks that have come out of China, well, let's be honest, there have been a few, and they've never really been sanctioned for it. Okay? So they've got away with it every time. Okay? Through bad practices and stuff like that. 3 of Wands reversed. They're not even waiting for anything to come back off this. They think that, oh, it will shut up, it will go away, and they'll carry on getting on with whatever they're doing. Okay? The Sun shows that good things are coming. Now, with this, it is a bit of a catch-22 because obviously China themselves, they get sanctioned, but the rest of the world can get saved. You have to look at this in the light of the greater good here. Okay? The greater good is obviously the majority. Okay? So happiness will be on its way, something will happen, okay? The King of Swords is reversed. King of Swords can be seen as a legal card. Where it's reversed, obviously we've got justice tied into this here. It's talking about China being stubborn, obviously not trying to open up and be honest about what's happened, okay? Knight of Swords being reversed, enemy card. This is somebody who's kind of like, is flaky, they're untrustworthy and things. It's a hidden influence in the read, so it's basically explaining China's behaviour, how flaky they've been. Justice will be set, like I said, to start with, which is great. And 2 of Pentacles is the outcome, which is a balancing card. Okay, basically what he's saying to you is that the balance will be set. So the weight on the scales of law, in a sense, will balance. So China will kind of get sanctioned, and hopefully they will learn that the way that their practices work over there and things like that maybe need being pulled up to date, yeah, and keeping in line with the rest of the world. Last read for the day, just very, very quickly. Will another outbreak like this happen again in the future? Let's have a look. By the looks of things, it looks like we won't learn our lessons. So, let's have a look through here. The first card, Six of Swords, is reversed. It's saying that we won't sail from the damaged lands to the fresh green pastures. Now, that's saying that in the past we haven't learned from the mistakes which have already happened. I.e., bird flu, swine flu, SARS. You see, 3 big outbreaks beforehand. We've not learned. Not learned at all, okay? The Lovers is the next card that's coming into play, which sort of shows that obviously this situation itself, okay, will compress itself down. The bug will kind of, it won't go away, but there will be ways around it, okay? Temperance is set because the balance is reset, so we will be all right for a while. Empress, nice maternal card, probably looking this more as the world itself, okay? So where we're looking at with the Empress, it's saying it's time to start nurturing things around us, looking after our planet more, okay? Which is something we should learn from this. King of Wands being reversed is basically saying that China's been through a hard time and whatever else, okay, from it, which they would have been. We're not trapped in it, okay, so we could escape from this ever happening again by learning the lessons of what we've got going on at this moment. But the problem with it is heartbreak. We're not going to learn the lessons, because what will happen is the planet will just start to go back into it. Everyone will become money focused again. Oh, we've got to fix our economies, we've got to do this. And yes, we do need to fix the economies, but there are certain ways around it. The quick fix is never the fix, okay? Cheap products and things which we all seem to like buying and whatever, we're just fueling that over there, okay? We should really start being more ethical with where we buy our products from. Maybe spend a little bit more money on these products, but the problem is that when we come back out of this recession, well, not this recession, this depression that we're entering into a sense, and it will turn into that recession as a whole, what will happen is that people have no money, so then we go back around in circles. We're not learning the lessons here, okay? We'll expand this read again a little bit further just to see where it goes, but it's blatantly going to be another outbreak further down the line. It's saying it's just a matter of time for it to wait for it to happen again. That could be 10 years. And justice is reversed in this one, it's justice. So we're not learning our lessons. So if anything that can be learnt from today is that we need to look at how this started. We can see that there's mistruths, we can see that there's other things being hidden in it. Stop these things from happening in the first place, and stop funding certain places which are causing this through bad practices, okay? We should be looking at the practices in the world of animal handling and things like that anyway, as we seem to be getting diseases from them, okay? So good practice being put in around the world will probably start to minimise these issues. However, misjustice, because it all comes back down to greed again, okay? Right, just for the end today, let's go and look at something a little bit sunnier, because that was not exactly what we wanted to hear, was it? But it is interesting to see that there does seem to be things which are being covered up in there, okay? So, just quick end it today, and let's have a look to see where we're sitting. So, what's good for us to do today? Okay, nice simple one, let's have a look. Outcome, we're starting backwards again, is death, okay? This is obviously not a day to go and die, but all in all, what it's about is it's all about new beginnings. So today, find yourself something new to do, okay? You've probably been doing the same old things for the last few weeks or whatever, so find something else new to do today, okay? Queen of Swords is all about taking control, so obviously you've got to take control to find something new to do, okay? The Emperor is about loading your brains with loads of facts, not opinions, okay? So the Emperor is obviously a wise person, okay? So go and learn something new today, make yourself wiser, okay? The World's your next card round from that, saying complete. Make sure everyone around us all is feeling happy and nice, okay? So anyone that you haven't spoken to for a little while, pick up that phone today, give them a call, okay? Make sure they're not lonely, make sure they're not suffering on their own anywhere, okay? Queen of Wands being reversed is talking about, it's what other people see that no one's having much fun, okay? Well, fun is something that we create ourselves. So even being stuck at home, okay, you will find something fun that you can do, or something that's going to take your mind off it. Why not ring up some of your friends or whatever and organise having a quiz or something along those lines. Three of Cups is saying that everything will come to fruition, okay? So if we put our learning into place today, obviously we'll have learned something by the end of the day. It's a bit like planting a seed, something would have started to grow from that at that point, okay? The Nostalgia card's reversed, so don't go and do something that you've already done. Let's go and find something new, which is exactly what the Death card was saying. New beginnings, okay? My name's Oliver. It's been great to see you all today. I will be doing this again tomorrow, so stay tuned, stay locked in, and take care everybody. Stay at home and stay safe.